Well, good evening, everybody. My name's Ken Burke, and I'll be your presenter tonight for this presentation on the X39 stem cell reactivation patch. And do thank the person who invited you. They cared enough to share this with you. And we hope that you find at the end of this presentation that you'll be enlightened to some hope to why we're so excited to be sharing this amazing opportunity of hope with you. Now, you're going to find yourself being one of three people. And if you're number three, you're going to probably like what you see, but you want to do more research. Totally get it. Or you're maybe number two, you like what you see, and you want to get some of these patches for you and your family and give it a try. Or you may be a number one, you like what you see, and you want to hit the go button on this amazing rewarding program offered to those who share it. I didn't say sell it. There's a big difference. And so the presentation I'm going to show tonight is a slide deck presentation that's shown worldwide in this is it team that we're part of. It's one of the fast growing teams in the world now, 500,000 people strong. There was just two people 38 months ago, and we should have 1 million people by year end. But the presentation slide deck is designed to help you see hopefully what you need to see to determine if you're a 3, 2, or 1. Now I'm going to present it kind of like in a buffet style and meeting hopefully the 1, 2, or 3 needs. And so you'll get to see all of it. And so I'll be talking about the past, the science of it, and who founded it, and the company and such. And I'll be talking about obviously how much it is. And also I'll be sharing towards the end of those who do want to plug into this amazing opportunity, how financially they get rewarded. So you're kind of going to get the whole thing. You just pick from what you feel comfortable and confident with and to get what you need so you can best do what you want to do. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And by the way, I am coming to you from Trinity, Florida. That's in the Tampa Bay region, if you didn't know that, near the Clearwater Tarpon Springs area. And my wife and I have been on this patch for 34 months. And it's been an amazing journey. We've been married, my wife and I, for 33 years. We have 5 grown children. 4 are married, obviously all out the door. And we have 10 grandbabies, soon to be 11 grandchildren. And so we're excited about this patch because we feel so much younger and capable. We just flew in from Louisiana, visiting with our one of our grandchildren that got baptized, so we were able to go up there and fly to see that and come back. And it's easier to put the luggage overhead now because of this amazing fashion technology. I can get on the floor with them. I'm 60 years of age, and it just feels good to feel so much younger. So let me go ahead and share with you about this patch. And the question is, have you been patched yet? And if you haven't, do get back with the person. And hopefully you'll find after this, you're going to want to be patched. And when you do put the patch on, it's going to elevate a peptide inside of you naturally. Nothing goes in the body. That's going to activate some cool things, including your dormant stem cells. We'll talk about that in a minute, which is then obviously going to begin to regenerate your body at a whole nother level. And I tell you, it's spectacular. But what's really amazing is we got to give credit where credit is due. This gentleman here, his name is David Schmidt. He is the CEO and the inventor. And he actually now has over 200 patents to his name. He started 30 years ago with the Navy SEALs. They hired him to figure out a way to keep these people awake underneath the water 18 hours or more in these specialized submarines. And David is a man of faith. He prayed and he felt God gave him an insight to be able to create a 2-patch system, kind of like this patch you see on me here, but it was 2 of them. It was an energy patch system working from the light within the body, nothing going in the body. It would leverage their fat cells, and it worked to give them energy. That led to the women's Berkeley swim team finding out about these patches. These women started besting their times. That led to Michael Phelps wearing these 2 types of energy patches during the Olympics. Now, no one in the world has this technology, this photobiomodulation patch, this light therapy patch, but David began to create other patches with this technology. And then in 2008, he turned his attention to stem cells and age reversing. And over 10 years, 80 clinical trials and studies, he got this thing approved and patented by the United States government. I'm going to show you the patent in a second. And the company shot like a rocket. Now, this happened in 2019. Product releases primarily in 2020. Well, what happened in 2020? Ugh, right? COVID, nasty. Whole world shutting down. But yet this patch of light was breaking forth like the dawn, and the company went from doing about 20 million a year with all these other patches he had created. This one patch hit, and boom, 80 million and over 200 million. Last year, 600 million. They're going to hit over a billion this year, they're tracking right now. 80 countries primarily, all 86% or more of the revenue, all coming from this one patch. Because no other patch or no anything on the planet can actually turn on your own dormant stem cells. So, and let's check this out. Let's check out this patent and what this thing does. I'll blow this up a little bit for us. I can here. And it's in the middle of this 31-page patent, patented to 2040 here in the United States. There's a global patent as well. No one in the world can get access to this technology. No one has this technology. And what it does is it's going to elevate this peptide, as I said earlier, but then it's going to activate your stem cells. It's going to improve energy. It's going to elevate antioxidants, reduce pain. It's going to manage pain here, but the same thing. It's going to reduce the pain. It's going to reduce inflammation. All right. It's going to improve stamina, elevate collagen production, and improve wound healing, just to name a few inside this patent. And why we're so excited, because we've seen that and a whole lot more with family, friends, and people that we've been introduced to wearing this patch. It's been actually spectacular. And remember, this patch isn't healing you. We don't make any claims, right? We're just like witnesses of someone who's seen a whole lot. Consistent with what's in the United States government patent, which says, well, because you can't patent a placebo, right? This ain't placebo. This is science right there, patented, and by the FDA. Thank God we're not a drug. We're defined as a wellness patch by the FDA. So underneath the umbrella FDA, we're a wellness patch. That means there's no side effects. There are no side effects from light therapy, no contraindication, and nothing's going into our body, right? It's pretty amazing. So what's the story? Well, the story is when you and I were in the womb, the first cell we were was a stem cell. And what does that do? It morphed into every cell we now are. And so, because here the beautiful thing about a stem cell is the stem cell can change into any cell the brain tells it. That's why it is the holy grail of healing, right? And so here's the thing. When you're 8 years old, you break a bone. What happens? The brain says, oh, I'm sending stem cells there, and they morph into bone, marrow, tissue, ligament, joint, whatever. When you're 80, guess what doesn't happen? That. Why? Because by the time you're 30, half your stem cells are now dormant, aging is setting in, right? You're aging faster, slower healing. Well, by the time you're my age, 60, 90% are now asleep. And we know it. You know how aging feels. How's your sleep? How's your stress in your life, right? How's your energy? How's your focus? Hey, have you had any surgeries? How's the recovery going, right? You have anomalies going on inside you. Like, what is going on with me? Now, I didn't have this when I was 20. Welcome. Well, who wants that? Yeah, well, guess what? Well, we've got a patch that can turn on your dormant stem cells. And what it does is it works off light inside your body. Yeah, inside your body, not light from the sun hitting your skin, which then creates a reaction inside the body to elevate vitamin D. No, this is light emanating from your DNA, from your mitochondria. It's called infrared light. All of us walking around emitting infrared light 24/7. You just can't see it. And so that infrared light is coming basically from inside my body, bouncing off this patch. Well, this patch is made of basically these microscopic crystals. They call them nano. That means super small. Crystals from amino acids and salts from organic plants. That took David 10 years to figure this thing out. And it worked. And what it does is the frequency of light in the body kind of bounces off this patch. That then creates a signal that elevates this peptide. When that peptide gets elevated, clinically, one of the benefits of it is that the brain then additionally begins to turn on its brain begins to go into action, begins to turn on our dormant stem cells. Who in heaven's name could ever figure this out? I mean, you'd have to have faith in God, right? And so David Schmidt, gifted with wisdom beyond measure, now is blessed and changed our lives. So it's light therapy, if you will. It's using light. So nothing's going into my body. Nothing's going in my bloodstream, your bloodstream, not in our family or friends' bloodstream. None of that. Nada. No side effects. No contraindication, any kind of medication. So the only exception is chemotherapy, not radiation, chemotherapy, because chemotherapy is looking to kill the most active cells. Well, you start turning on your dormant stem cells, now I got 2 cells looking for. Don't want that to happen. And so put it on before, after, and bam, we've seen miracles there. And so it's no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants, nothing invasive. I am not spinning my own blood and re-injecting my stem cells in areas that I've had friends do, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I say, well, I got something that's way cheaper than you spending 5, 10, 20 grand Or some people who go out, like the athletes will go overseas taking aborted fetuses and using that to re-inject. No, 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 no. None of that. This is light therapy, taking your own dormant stem cells, being turned back on, from a sticker. I mean, it's just hard to believe, right? So here's what you can expect based on the clinical trials and studies. You will get stronger. Inflammation will go down in your body. You will find new stamina. Your energy and vitality, yeah, you bet. Mental clarity. I ran an 18-man advertising company for 10 years. I was under a ton of stress. I never could find good sales reps. And I had three magazines or print magazines. Selling print in a digital age is not an easy thing, but we prospered it very well. And I was always on the front line selling, but I built my company in the backside, but I could never find good sales reps. I was under stress like nobody's business for almost 10 years. And we were successful. But what good is success with stress? Anyways, my brain in 2.5 weeks came clear. And I remember my stress went from about 85% down to 15%. And that never came back. I have stress, but nothing like I did before. And the difference is this gift I didn't even know existed called living in the present and just having mental clarity. It was awesome. And now when I'm with my grandbabies, I'm actually there. When I go on vacation, I'm actually present. And it's really amazing to not be all spun up with fear and anxiety driving you to go get things done, to now have more peace of mind, focus, and clarity to connect with the people in front of you. Restore muscle skeletal condition. This is amazing. I had a client of mine down in the Bradenton area, Parkwood Dental. They called me up one day and said, Ken, you're not going to believe this. We had a patient come in. We couldn't put a post in the jaw because it was basically too brittle, right? Too porous. Comes back like 8, 12 weeks later. I don't know if it was 8 weeks or 12 weeks, but came back a few months later, not even. And they, for something else, but they did a rescan again. But now the bone structure was solid. They put that post in and they called me up. So you're not going to believe this. We just did this and we couldn't do that, just weeks earlier, months earlier, thanks to this. Improvement in sleep, you're looking to sleep better? Well, we can't make any promises, but a ton of us sleep way better now, and it's awesome. And that's a key element of healing and repair and being youthful. Improved skin appearance. My wife used to have wrinkles here in décolleté, and now she doesn't. It's pretty amazing. So here's a woman 77 years of age on the left. Her brain is inflamed. So she's got lack of brain coherence. And hey, you ever forget where your keys are at? Or sometimes you can forget where you're driving, or sometimes find it hard to pull the words out, and well, guess what? 3 weeks in, bam, this woman's brain is in a great state again, and it remains sustained after that. And so many friends of mine are so thankful to have a patch like this. I call it a happy patch. And because you put this on somebody, or if yourself are going through a lot of stress in life, it could be through, God forbid, a loss of loved one, going through divorce. Who knows? I mean, we all have stuff we're going through, right? And you put a patch on, give yourself a little bit of time and ask, and then you'll be going through the grocery store just feeling better. Like, hey, you'll be waking up just feeling better. It's just a better state of clarity. And it's just a blessing of hope. Here's the deal also. You have genes in our body, like apparently like 18,000 or more. And like a third of them reset to a younger state and within days. And resveratrol in red wine got notoriety because it reset two genes. These three sets over 4,000. And so you kind of get a reboot and of youthfulness in your body pretty quickly. And the brain becomes balanced. I mentioned that within 6 weeks. The collagen, I don't know, I just learned this. You have more collagen in your bones than you do calcium. Well, that'll explain why this person jaw solidified. But also my wife and I we just thought about this the other day because I enrolled a dentist the other day. And he said, Ken, do you know you have stem cells in your teeth? I'm saying no, but that makes sense because we've seen people who've partially had partial teeth regrow. I'm like, that was crazy. Or their gum pockets fill in. Then my wife and I were thinking about it. When's the last time we had a cavity? Because we were starting to get a lot of cavities up to a couple years ago. And we're like, it's been a couple years. I'm like, oh, thank you, Patch. I'll take it. Within 6 months of cardiovascular reverse in age, they did a sampling of 15 people and over 6 months, and 14 of the 15, their cardiovascular reverse in age by 8 years. Now, I had a friend of mine who got hit by a car while he was on his bike. He was okay, but at the hospital, they did a full body scan on him. And they said, oh, Mitch, we just discovered you have a stretched aorta. Like your one aorta is stretched 35%. It's called a widowmaker, apparently. You got to come back in less than 12 weeks for giving you bypass surgery. He's like, okay, schedules it. Starts wearing the patch for pain management, nothing about his heart. Goes in, and they said, oh, your heart's now less than 5%. No need for surgery. And it was like, oh my gosh. And we are like, yeah, that is crazy. So we were talking to Dr. Adam Shiner at an event. If you Google him, he's in Tampa. He's a world-renowned plastic surgeon, does face and eyes and all that. Been on Dr. Oz. Well, he requires his patients to wear this patch 1 month prior to being worked on because they heal in days versus weeks, which is amazing. In 10 days, someone looks like someone does when they're, five, 5 weeks out. And so, and we were asking him, hey, doc, this did this for my friend. And the doc said, hey, I can tell you why that is. We're like, yeah, please, doc, tell us why. Because your DNA is always talking to your brain. And the DNA said, I made your heart to look like this, but now it looks like that. And the brain says, oh, I'll go ahead and fix it. That's how he explained it. I love that explanation. That meets my simplistic viewpoint of life. And so pretty amazing. And you're gonna wear the patch 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Now they tested it in two different places on the body when they got the patent because you had to have two independent times consistently. So it was 2 inches below the belly button, and then another time it was 2 inches below on the back of the neck. And so but it can be worn anywhere in the body. Excuse me. And so because there's light throughout the whole body. So what you do is you put the patch on for 12 hours. Now put it next to your toothbrush in the morning. Slap it on. After dinner, take it off, throw it away. If you need to, set an alarm on your phone. That's what my wife does. She sets an alarm on her phone. I don't. So I just do that, and sometimes I forget. But my memory's much better now, so I don't forget a whole lot. But if you do forget, here's the deal. It's light therapy. No harm, no foul. No side effects. So just kind of restart the next day or a day and a half later, what have you. And you just don't want to wear it all the time because there's a clinical term, I don't know what the name of it is, but basically you go into a homeostasis, means it's just not going to get as useful as you wear it. Plus, it's made of organic material, so the heat in the body is going to degrade it over time. So it's why it's so important to continue to replace it. And so it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Let the body rest, rejuvenate, do its thing. Boom, next morning, put another one on, rinse and repeat. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Most people are dehydrated in America today. You drink water, put some electrolytes like a Baja Gold salt. Just Google it, Baja Gold. Great sea salt, quarter teaspoon. That's all you need in a half a gallon. Same thing as half a teaspoon, a whole gallon. Put it in there. You're not going to taste it, but it's going to give you all the trace minerals you need and the electrolytes. The body does run on electricity, believe it or not. It's funny how you can put water and electricity. How does that match? I don't know, but we're geniuses of creation. That's how it works. And that's very good for you. And I can tell you personally, when I started drinking water with electrolytes in it, I just felt better. And I already felt good. So I'll take it. So you can see here that this is so simple, right? It's amazing technology. It's probably the most prolific, profound, advanced technologies on the planet. What else do you know that can actually turn on your dormant stem cells? Elevate this amazing peptide and do so much more with all the amazing things. And just a few things I'll share with you. So just quickly on our story, our dear friend Joyce Johnson, she called us back in August of 2022 to share this patch. She had been in a car wreck back in 2019 and had 4 titanium discs put in her neck. And after that, it wasn't her fault. She'd been rear-ended twice. She had throat swallowing issues. She had weird pain issues, just stuff. And her life wasn't the same after having that surgery. And when she called us one day and said, hey, Ken, Diana, my pain is gone. Now, we believed her because we've known Joyce for 15 years. She's a retired IRS agent and a CPA, both her and her husband, wonderful people. Their daughter went to school with our kids, or so Stacy. We've known her for 15 years. Now she's grown. So when she said she had no more pain and her migraines were gone and she couldn't believe how good she felt, I believed her. And then when she told me that her sister, Paulette, who had severe bone-on-bone knee pain, needed surgery, migraines to go with it, and how her pain was going too, I was like, wow, that is fascinating. What are you talking about? And when she told me it was about this little stem cell reactivation patch, I said, a stem cell what? Yeah, it turns on your dormant stem cells. I said, dormant, I have dormant stem cells. I used to work in the pharmaceutical industry years ago in sales. No one ever told me I got dormant stem cells. Yeah, you do. And, and by the time you're 30, I'm 60, I say, okay, how do I get some of these? I'm like, well, here, you get them like this. I'll tell you in a minute. What's the biggest batch of this stuff I can get? Because I'm gonna mail this out to all my, after I did the research, I said, I'm gonna mail this out to my family and friends, tell them to stick on them, tell me what happens. And that's exactly what I did. I bought the biggest batch of stuff you could get. And I called my daughter, my son-in-law. I started calling the closest people I love and care about the most first. That's who I called. And I wasn't calling them to sell them anything. I called them because I knew I found something. I was excited. and I'm a health nut. I do CrossFit, I do intermittent fasting, but none of those things turn my dormant stem cells. And I don't make money telling people off CrossFit or intermittent fasting. And I wasn't looking to really make money calling my family and friends. I was excited because I believe this is going to help them. And I called and so we started mailing out. My daughter called me the first day, said, "Hey Dad, what's up?" And I just cleaned all the drawers out in the girls' room and the closet too, and my brain fog is gone. See, she had given birth to a little Kendall May months earlier, and after that, she had postpartum hair loss. She had weird emotional issues. She had brain fog. Just wasn't, postpartum stuff. Some of you ladies who've been giving birth, you probably understand this. And and she called as if she was a new person. I'm like, "Man, that's awesome, Brittany. I've been wearing this for a week. I don't really feel much yet. And your mom's still having hot flashes 10 to 20 a day." Yeah. But day 21, September 9th, and my wife, those hot flashes came to almost a screeching halt and blew my mind. And then she also had this fight or flight syndrome that was going on with one of these hot flashes. Now we know it was menopausal anxiety. We didn't know what the heck it was. We just thought, what's wrong with my wife? Why is she in this weird mode all the time? And I felt bad for her. And well, that left, and that was awesome, and then my dad, he never took care of himself. And here now the guy was 85 years old, 280 pounds, 5'10", one kidney, 12 medications. And then he gets COVID. Now he walks around with his head all day long, low like this. I have to give him a walker because his lungs are apparently the doctors. Oh, George, the lungs are scarred. And so now he's, not barely getting enough oxygen. He's moping. It's just crazy. 5 weeks in, he calls me after wearing the patch. "Ken, I can breathe again. Buy me a plane ticket, go see Brittany in Louisiana." He's in Oldsmar, Florida. I thought he was delirious. I'm like, "Dad, I love you, but you can't walk 20 feet with your walker, man. You're not going anywhere. Listen, I hope everything's going good. Have a nice night." Click. 6 weeks later, he's in an Uber to Tampa International Airport, flies out to see Brittany, spends the week out with her and the great grandbabies. His lungs restore themselves. Blew my mind. I'm in my advertising company, right? I'm still working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. At the end of every conversation of my clients, my team, prospects, whatever. "Hey, you know about this patch? This thing did this for my dad, did this for my wife, did this for my daughter. You'd like to learn more about this for you? There's a great Zoom going on that I can put your eyeballs on. Would you like a link to it?" Just start doing that. And I remember about 90 days in, I was so excited enrolling people to try these patches. My wife and I went on a cruise for 2.5 weeks, or 2 weeks, excuse me, to Hawaii and Bora Bora. It was awesome. Yeah, we won plane tickets and to go anywhere to the Southwest. Didn't realize that they go to Hawaii. I said, "Let's go to Hawaii," not realizing winning those plane tickets was going to cost us an arm and a leg. But it was awesome. What was really spectacular is we came back $2,500 richer. And I'm like, hold on a second here. How did that happen? I did not put my foot on the gas to make that money. And I thought about it. I said, "Oh, other people that are wearing this patch, some of them are getting results. They're calling their family and friends and telling them about it. My distributor ID is related to that, and I'll tell you about that later. The computer tracks it. They didn't purposely take my ID, but the computer tracked the activity that kept growing, and because it was growing, my paycheck was growing. And that isn't just for me, that's for anybody. That's word of mouth. And owning an advertising company and competing with word of mouth, it was frustrating. Now to know that I was being blessed by word of mouth, I was like, this is awesome. And I called my kids. I said, "Listen, you guys are busy, running a busy life. I know you don't have time really for a side hustle, but make sure you're wearing the patch so you're going to sleep better, feel better, focus better, but begin to share it." Because the company takes 60% of the revenue and they're pushing it back to me and you versus Google or social media. And they're growing like a weed, and no one else has this product anyways. So it's not like you're going to talk to someone about a weight loss and a vitamin or something. No one mentioned the word stem cells. People say, "Huh? Yeah, it's crazy." So just start sharing this thing and see if you start wearing it, buying it, sharing it, replicating it. See what happens. Get some extra income coming to help offset the future needs for your college tuition for the kids, for retirement, things you're gonna need on repairs of the house. And this thing, inflation stinks, right? It's just crazy how much eggs cost anymore, and repairs for cars and plane tickets. I'm like, what is going on? And so here you may have some hope, that doesn't really disrupt your life. And so we got excited. And what's really awesome is that our team that we're part of has this amazing little website that keeps you and me from becoming a salesman. I'm a gifted salesman. Okay? But people are killing it in this amazing opportunity because they don't have to be. We don't need salespeople. We need word of mouth. Word of mouth is, hey, I went and saw a good movie last night, and maybe there's somebody who doesn't like selling whatsoever. Yeah, you go see a good movie or a good restaurant. What do? You go back to the office the next day and tell people, oh man, you got to check out the movie. Oh, yeah, check out this restaurant. Yeah, well, it's not much different saying, oh my gosh, you're not gonna believe it. You got to check out this patch. So we teach people how to make an invite. And then when they want to learn more, you just zip it and send them this site. Oh, you want to learn more? Here, give me your phone. I'll text you a link. This is at info.com. It's got all the research, the clinical trials, the studies, doctors chiming in, testimonies, anything you need to see, it's on there, and it will tell you all about it. And I got a great Zoom that's going on tonight or tomorrow. I can send you a link to that if you want to learn more. Boom, there's your invite. Right? How hard is that? It's not what you know that matters, what duplicates. That's duplicatable. When you believe something, it's easy to talk about because you're going to want to talk about it. We just help show people how to talk about it in a way that gives people an invite to go learn more about it versus you be the person you're going to try to explain it and sell them on it. Don't do that. So this was a gift. And here's some of the testimonies on here from mental clarity, asthma, eye improvement, chemotherapy, neuropathy, children, back, spine pain, sleep, bladder improvement, migraines, headaches, skin issues, hearing, gluten intolerances, hair improvement. I mean, the body is designed to heal itself, right? It's doing the healing. Look at all these amazing things on there. Told you about the growth of the company. And so when my friend Joyce Johnson called me, she told me about this couple here on the left. They're in the black and white here, Steve and Gina Merritt. And she said, hey, Ken, I found this patch, but also this couple, Steve and Gina Merritt, they came aboard this company and they hit the highest rank in this business in 23 days. They couldn't bring their team over from another company, so they had to start afresh. They hit the highest rank in this company in 23 days. It usually took 4 years to do, and they're going to implement a system for other people to follow, see if they can be successful too. Now, I didn't tell Joyce at the time that I was under extreme pressure and praying for months from God to do something because I could have sold my advertising company prior to COVID and retired. And I said, I'm going to hold on to it and make it worth even more. And COVID hits and change the whole advertising industry. Now my company isn't worth anything what it was before. Now I'm having to reinvent it for the future. And that's like creating a brand new company. I just spent 10 years of my life socking all my retirement and everything back into the company. Not saying that was the smartest move, but now that whole thing was down. And my pressure was way up. And when she said that they hit the highest rank in this company in 23 days, potentially $25,000 a week, I was like, excuse me? The light bulb went on my head. I said, in my mind, just for me, no one else, I said, just what's the chance? I might be able to get a little bit of that to help offset and maybe find some enjoyment in sharing this patch. And that's about as far as I didn't say anything to anybody. And thank God, my wife and I, we began to follow this system that they designed for anybody to follow to make it easy so people could keep their life in balance. We say it's God first, then your family, then your work, and then this through the nooks and crannies. And so in following this system, I remember that within 22 months of working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, running my advertising company, running my team, but yet using the system they followed, we got to making 4 times what we were paying ourselves running our advertising company. And my attorney and my business broker called me up and said, hey, what are you doing working all these hours over here to make this much, but yet with almost no overhead, no employees or anything, you're making that much over here? Hey, and it's going to take a lot to try to sell this thing. Why don't you just shelve it? It's like, no, I can't do that. But you know what? I was like, yeah, I think we will. And our life changed. We got our set free number and we just are so thankful. And technically, I don't have to be on this call to make more money. We make even more now. A year later, fast forward, that was back in June of last year. But if once, here's the deal. At now we're making 7 figures. Once you're making that kind of money, and maybe some of you made $1 million a year or more, I never had until now, that new car smell of money actually begins to wear off. And you realize there's more to life than anything money could ever buy. And we really discovered that the best things that come out of life come from doing good by others in your life, your family, friends. And so, being on this call for us, isn't really going to move our financial needle, but what it does is it moves our fulfillment needle. Because if by chance you end up being somebody who ends up getting these patches, begin to share these patches and begin to experience the joy that we get from watching other people's lives change and get a new bounce in your step because you found something you can help people with that no one in the world has. No one. And we've got it. Everybody has stem cells in the whole wide world. And by the time they're 30, in the whole wide world, they're dormant, half of them. 60, 90%. Everybody. When you go to work tomorrow, just start looking at, oh my gosh, you got dormant stem cells. You got dormant stem cells in your brain. Now, you may not want to say it out loud, but they do. They can use a patch. All right. So we're just going to help you learn how to share it. I'm kind of being funny here, but it's true. And life's too short not to be funny. The older I get, I realize I just want to have fun. I want to be healthy. I want to love and just enjoy God and being blessing to people, right? And enjoy the money. Money's been great. So, what are you looking for? You know, I wanted out from the pain I was under. I wanted freedom from pain, emotional pain. I wanted hope to know that I could retire because I had my buddies who were police officers and firemen retiring in their 50s and going fishing. And here I was thinking, oh my gosh, I got to start over again. And it was a sickening feeling. So what about for you? And for some, you maybe you got debt from school, yeah, from college. Maybe you're a physician. Who knows? Maybe you want to clear the debt on your home. Maybe you got weddings coming up for kids. I had five, right? Three daughters, right? We all have. Inflation has not been helping us, has it? What is it that you're looking for? Because there isn't any business. Now I'm going to talk on a business owner. My degree's in finance. I'm used to building businesses, and I think this is genius because I can't build this. Word of mouth is building it. So I get this gift in return called time. I can start it. You can start it. You can start sharing it. I'm going to show you. You start sharing a couple friends on your left and a couple friends on your right to build two teams. Then start it, get that word of mouth thing going. But it's you and I can't make people's stem cells reactivate. And what happens when that's like way better than a good movie. It's way better than a great restaurant, which means your mouth gets real big pretty quick to want to tell people, right? And so that's our salesman. The most powerful salesman in the world is this patch. This thing lights up our hopes and dreams by bringing hopes and blessings to people. And because it's tied to an amazing company, that's one of the fastest growing companies in the world in this space, 2 years running, 560 relational marketing companies. Think of Mary Kay, Melaleuca, think of Ameriprise, eXp Realty, companies that have great integrity and respect that protect your name and my name. Because I'm not going to associate myself with anything that doesn't protect my name. And so, that has the ability. This is 561 companies, ones with the greatest momentum. This one in the world, 2 years straight. And so, they're going to hit $1 billion this year. 60% of that revenue being pushed back to me and you. And with a founder and owner who's committed to the organization, not one who could just sell this thing and retire multi-billionaire. No lie. But he is committed. He's got another 20-year vision. When you peel the layers back on this company, on this patch, corporate, on our team is separate from the corporate. Our team is the fast growing team in the world. Once again, we started with 2 people 38 months ago, Steve and Gina Merritt, have 500,000 people now. We're going to have 1 million by year end. So you have a formula for success that keep the balance of life with the hope of this patch to continue to go be a great employee where you're at or run your own business, whatever you're doing, and then just be in the pepper and sharing this patch, partner with us in a team effort, and watch what could happen for you to be able to check off the boxes on the screen here. And here's how it starts. You buy product, your friends buy product. And I'll show you how much in a minute here. You come in and you get product, and then you get your friends on your left and friends on the right. Could be your mom, a best friend. Not someone you're looking to go build a business with, but someone you love and care about who needs the hope of this patch. Uncle John, whatever, your neighbor, your kids. You get 2 on the left, 2 on the right to get product with you. And then you hit this first rank called manager. You're not going to manage anything. You're going to be excited. And then whoever you begin to enroll, because you're going to roll more in 2 left, 2 right, because as you get excited, we say 20 left, 20 right. Just going to continue to share the love of this patch, and bring people the hope of it. And those who do sign up, boom, that's one more person. Continue to do the same thing, bam, there's another person. And so as you continue to do that, it gets better because out of that, some people want to do what you just did. Start with 2 people left, 2 people right. Well, like I said, as you replicate that 2 people left, 2 people right, and that's being replicated down on your left and right teams, obviously your organization is going to begin growing, your team's going to get bigger, your team commission is going to get bigger, and that team commission is capped at $25,000 a week, 1.3 million a year. And that's crazy. what's really crazy is my wife and I actually make more than that now. And I'm not saying, look at me. I'm saying, no, look at you. This could be, you've got an 82-year-old grandmother in Puerto Rico who's crushing it. You got a 63-year-old Penny Carpenter. I can use her name. I love her dearly. She's awesome. She's a single mom, lives in Texas, 650 people. She's hit the highest rank in this company. Got a 24 other college hit the highest rank. 300 people have hit the highest rank in this business. Doesn't mean they're all making $1 million a year, but some are. I've got several people on my team that one I enrolled who's in enrolled. They make more than me and they're below me. Remember, this is not a pyramid. This is a binary structure, which allows people who are on your team to do better than you because it rewards them for what's happening for them, and it keeps the company financially sound. It's a debt-free company, and so they take 60% of that revenue to pay me and you, and it all starts with two left, two right, and then you get excited, keep enrolling people, and then you find people down that, they start getting two left, two right, and you can see this thing can grow pretty simple, and this thing here is how you make even more money, and basically the company's going to reward you. You can inherit this from your upline, but in short, if you enroll a friend, you get 25% bonus on top of where they're making each week. That person enrolls somebody that's your second generation, you get 20% of that. Where that person's making as a bonus each week, that second generation person enrolls somebody, boom, you get 20% on top of that. And so that's 1, 2, 3 generations, right? And well, it doesn't matter how many people we enroll, so that can be a whole lot of people with a whole lot of generations. And I'd say a third, about $1 million of our year of our income comes from this, and about $700,000 a year comes from this other thing right here. And I'm just saying the point is that we still haven't hit the other first one yet. And guess right, the company's getting ready to do some amazing. They're getting ready to amend the comp plan to make it even easier to make money in the beginning. I mean, this company is like game on. So we're so excited. So, and here's how it starts. You get patches, right? And so you get a 3-pack, a 6-pack, or 20-pack. What do you think, Ken? Right here is an envelope called a sleeve. You can see a picture of it on the screen here. And inside of this sleeve are 30 of these patches. So you open this thing up over here and you pull the patch out, peel it off and put it on you wherever you want, right? Boom. You have 30. That's a 1-month supply. Typically, this is $149 retail. Now, I don't know why someone would want to pay retail. I told my dad there's no need. First, I gave him patches initially, but then eventually I had to buy him. And you don't need to pay $149 when you can get it for wholesale at $99. And the best way to do that is you come in and they call it brand partner. And remember, you don't have to sell anything. You can just get it wholesale and wear it. That's it. And what you do is you buy a 3, 6, or 20-pack for even less than $99. One time. You can't do it again. So obviously, I bought that 20-pack, because that got it down about $87.50 each. And you really should wear this 1 month for every 10 years of life. So I said, well, there's 6 for me and 3 for my wife. Just kidding. So 6 for me, another 5 or so for my wife. There's 11. That gives me 9 left over that puts me in play where I can share packs with people. Now, I wouldn't share a whole one of these with somebody. Okay, what I'd do is I'd rip it open. I'd share a couple, 3 here and there per people, and then follow with them, get them eyeballs on Zooms. But when they signed up, I'd go front them 1 or 2 and say, hey, listen, your product's going to take 3 to 5 days to mail to your door. I'm going to front you it now so you can begin wearing it and maybe sharing it. And I'd have people call me sometimes 2, 3 days in. Ken, I can't believe how good I feel. I'm calling my family and friends and tell them about this patch. And they still didn't have theirs in the mailbox yet. What did that do? That helped me collapse time to get the momentum going because I had extra product on stock. Now, remember, I can't buy these packs, 3, 6, or 20 more than once. It was one time. And so I bought that to get started. And that's what this did. It gave me enough for me and my wife and to get started. Plus, when you buy this, I have to tell you that if you're going to build the business, now I'm speaking to a business builder, if you're building this business, then what you do is you get on a 2-sleeve monthly maintenance. That's the requirement. 1 for you, 1 for your spouse, or 1 for a loved one, or 1 extra. Think about this as a business owner. My overhead to make 7 figures right now is 1 for me, 1 for my wife, $99 for me, $99 for her, $199 a month. That's my overhead. Now I'm going to do that whether I'm making a dime or not. So I don't consider it overhead, but I have no employees. I have no royalty fees. I have no inventory after inventory. Nothing. Just I'm wearing my product, open my mouth, pointing people's eyeballs on Zooms, and the company's doing the rest to mail the product to them, right? Get them paid. They make sure we get paid every Tuesday. It's the most amazing way, seriously, to own a business in a box without really having to buy a business in a box. You're buying product one time. And if you buy a 6 or 20-pack, that puts you in the door to make all the ways the company pays. So if $17.50, that's how much 20 of these are. is steep for you right now, that's okay. You can get a six pack, one for you, one for your loved one, and you got four to share. And then next month, you got a two sleep monthly subscription. On the 20 pack, by the way, you can push your monthly subscription requirement out 90 days. So next month and the following month, no need for the two sleep monthly subscription. That can push out. So that's an added benefit on the 20 pack. But on the six pack, you get started. One for you, one for your loved one, four to now get yourself in business. And then all you need is four people get started, and boom, you're going to start making money. And in this new comp plan they're getting ready to roll out, you're going to make money even faster, which is crazy. So you're going to be in the black quickly. We have a program that puts you in the black basically within the first few days. And we have an opportunity for people to make in the new formula $3,000 in their first month. And that's nuts as a business owner. Okay. I'm speaking to you business owners out there. Man, I told you this is going to be like a buffet. I'm speaking to the business owners or someone who thinks about, I'd like to own my own business. Well, you are your own business. Here it is. So, and if, hey, you just want to kick the tires, you get a three pack. Still gets to about 98 bucks and change. And they say, 1 month for every 10 years of life, what you should wear this bar. And my question is, if you're married and you really need to be wearing this 90 days at a minimum, because 97% of those who wear this for 90 days worldwide see results in that time frame. And that's going to give you the runway to be able to, in 4 to 6 weeks, have the brain balance. In less than 90 days, have the collagen begin to refresh in your body. In 8 weeks, have your cardiovascular reverse in age by about 2 years. So that's going to give you a good 90-day runway to see just what kind of power is sitting in this thing. But if you're married, are you going to let your spouse suffer? That's your call. Buy that six pack if you're going to try it. And here's the deal. If at day 29 you're not loving it, there's a 30-day back money guarantee. Send whatever you got back, get all your money back. I've only had I enroll about 2 people every week. Done that for, so whatever, 34 months. It's like 300 people. I've only had 2 people say, Ken, I'm not happy. Send it back. It was the next day they weren't happy because, oh, I got buyer's remorse. Remorse from what? From turning on your dormant stem cells? It's okay. I love you. Do what you got to do. Right. So, it's pretty simple. And just lastly, I'll add this is that if you're on a one sleeve monthly subscription, and remember, everything's month to month. You're never locked in. It's a one-click cancel. You can cancel anytime. So what's happening is you're buying either a 3, 6, or 20 pack. The 6 and 20 pack gives you the ability to hit the go button on the comp plan. 6 pack, you can only make $100 a week. I mean, 3 pack, excuse me. 3 pack, only $100 a week. The 6 and 20 pack, that's what turns on the go button to this comp plan. As long as you're on a 2 sleeve monthly subscription thereafter. On the 20 pack, that starts 3 months later. On the 6 pack, that starts a month later. You're not paying for that today. Everything is month to month. Everything is a one-click cancel. You're in control. You can cancel anytime. I love that. So my friends are never locked into nothing, right? And if they have the product shipped they didn't want, send it back, get your money back. So how easy can it get? Have you ever looked at buying a franchise? It's nothing like that. You're going to put up what's your P&L, how much cash you have in the bank. You're going to leverage your house. There's a lot going on there. Nope, this is just, we're going to go bring a lot of hope to people real fast with a sticker. And with a team that's getting it done with a system, and we have an amazing team. And lastly, I'll add this for you who think about you may want to build a business. You're going to ask your friend about this next level thing, and they'll tell you all about it because I went from 1,000 a week to 1,000 a day by getting my family and team that were partly with me to come to something like this. It wasn't a rah, 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 sis boom bow thing. It was like, oh, your belief went up because when you're sitting around people that are not salespeople, they're common people, but they're getting uncommon results that are bringing hope to them and just hope to your own eyes to see, oh my gosh, really? And you start listening to them and hearing the nuggets that, oh, I could do that too. It is inspirational. It puts the roots of conviction deeper. Your belief gets bigger. And if you invite friends to come with you, then your paycheck gets bigger, the miracles get bigger, and God gets more glory. So which one are you right now? Do you need to, did I give you enough information where you say, like, Ken, I still want to do more research? Then let your friend know. Look at the thisisininfo.com site to do that. Or you number 2, you want to get some pats for you and your family and get this patch of hope on them. Begin to maybe sample what this can do for you. Or you number 1, are you ready to run, and with us and then buy the 6 or 20 pack to get started. You can buy the 6 or 20 pack just to wear it. If you just want to, if you got a big family, you're going to want that 20 pack because if it's you, your wife, and you got 3, 4 kids, listen, we put this on our autistic granddaughter at 2.5 years of age. And I'll share this. I'm so glad I thought about this because I know there's somebody out there because 1 in 26 kids or less now are touched by autism, which is crazy because I never saw it when I was a kid. And 10 grandbabies, one of mine's touched by it. Little Liliana, 2.5 years old. My son calls me, Dad, Liliana's been crying for 4 days straight. This is back on February 10th, 2024 last year. In her sleep, too. And I said, oh, it's terrible. Let's pray in Jesus' name that God bless her right now, but also put that patch on her. And because I heard an amazing testimony from a gentleman I know who used to have a phlebotomy for 30 years every month. And this patch cleared him of that, no longer needs to. His granddaughter was born with her brain separated down the middle, but apparently she could still function. I never heard of such a thing. And then she had lesions on her brain. And though she could talk and function, this still wasn't fully cognitive, fully. And the doctors were going to give the daughter some kind of medication that could cause her to go blind, and the parents didn't know what to do. And the granddad said, just put the patch on her. They did that. And within a short period of time, the lesions went away. Her cognitive got really good. And he was showing me a video of her counting to 20, running around a year, not even a year later, and just like a healthy, normal child, and got her whole life back. And when he said that, it was timely because I didn't realize we could put the patch on children. I said, get this patch on Liliana. It works up to 6 inches off the body. Just slap it outside of her, on her back, on her clothing. And within 5 minutes, she stopped crying. I believe it's because we asked the Lord to help her. The second, then she went to the therapist next day, and they're like, what's with Liliana? How is she now focused? Why is she now tracking what's going on? And that was over a year ago. And now when she sees me, she'll smile, she'll hug me. And what a blessing. Anytime we get this patch on a child on the spectrum, I don't care if they're 20 years old or 2 years old, first thing the parents will tell us, hey, our child's focused. Or someone will become verbal. I mean, come on. And how many patches do you need to begin sharing? That 20 pack. You can't, I told my friend, listen, is anything bigger than 20? That's it? And I can't buy that same one again? No, that's it. Well, give me that. So where are you at? What do you see? What are you feeling? What do you believe? Get back with the person who invited you. Let them know where you stand, and do thank them for inviting you. It's been an honor for me to be with you tonight. I hope I helped you see a little more clearly on something you could do for yourself that hopefully will end up being a massive blessing to others. I had no idea that when my friend Joyce, and she didn't know either, when she called me, that would then cascade to now over 80,000 people. Those people don't know my name. Only a few of them do. Word of mouth has continued to spread that out. And so maybe you could be that next miracle to those, so many people too. Alrighty. Well, it's been an honor. And once again, my name's Ken Burke out here in Trinity, Florida. And I hope to see you on the next Zoom and potentially at the Next Level Leadership event here in August on a Friday night, Saturday in Orlando, sharing the amazing hope of this patch, miracles, and how people their lives are being changed also financially too. And so what a blessing. Well, everybody have a blessed evening and hopefully see you again soon. God bless you.